Today's matchup will feature the visiting Centennial Centennial George Brown Huskies. George Brown College is located on the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and other indigenous peoples who have lived here over time. We are grateful to share this land as a tree of people who learn, work, and live in the community with each other. We now ask that all those who are able, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Almost time for the action. However, first we need to meet today's starting lineup. First for the visiting Centennial Colts put together by head coach Michael Jackson. Starting with number 3, Kane Caesar. Number 5, Pavon Martis Bowie. Number 8, O'Neal Turpin. Number 9, Tayshawn Crawford. And number 12, Simon Ricketts Ewing.
All right, hello and welcome to the beautiful George Brown St. James campus here in downtown Toronto. And partner, man, do we have a good one here tonight. It will be the George Brown Huskies taking on the visiting Centennial Colts. Partner, let's quickly talk about these Huskies. 3 losses in a row, but there's still a lot of hope and optimism surrounding this group.
Absolutely, Chris. They're coming into this 2-3, sitting second in the East. All right, they had a tight loss Tight loss by only 10 points last week. They're hoping to get back on a winning track. Let's talk about the Colts, however. They're coming in on the opposite. 3 straight wins after 2 losses, 3-2. What are you liking out of them so far?
Red hot the past couple games after dropping the first one. They're a veteran group, and I can't wait to see how this one plays out. Centennial will wear the black. George Brown will wear the white. We are about to jump it off at center court. It's controlled by the Grizzlies, and here we go. Deshaun Patrick Carver with the ball, center court. Gives it off to his teammate, looking to make a move there. Good defense early on. Shot is up, and it's controlled by Centennial. Simon Caesar with the ball top of the key. Backs out. Centennial looks to get in their offense early on. Controlled by the ball there, drops it off to his teammate, Tavon Mars Buckley. Mars Buckley trying to make a move, and he finishes at the rim. Good looking move there.
Tavon Mars Buckley coming into this game, averaging 8.8 points per game. He's 5th in the league there. He's number 1 in the league in points, so he's got 94 total.
Grizzlies with the ball. And the ball inside. Good looking finish there. Cottrell Johnson with the right around the rim.
Really nice inside pass there to Johnson. He was all alone under the paint.
Back down action from Centennial. And the foul! Tasheed Crawford with the finish, and he gets the harm. He'll go to the line to shoot one.
Crawford with a good hard run there, getting in the way of the defender just enough to foul him, but still gets the points.
Crawford averaging 12 points per game, having an outstanding start to his season. His free throw's off, but it's rebounded by Centennial, and they finish at the rim.
As a great offensive rebound there by the Colts. And they're going to get another one.
They're going to get the ball right back here.
Really good steal there.
Grizzlies picking up really good pressure from Centennial, and they're going to call a foul.
A lot of fast movement so far early in this first quarter.
And then action, both these teams are jacked up early on. George Brown won both these meetings last year, including ending the Colts season. It's brought up here by Centennial. Controlled there by Tavon Mars Buckley. Mars Buckley being watched there closely.
Really strong pressure here by Kane Caesar with the Colts. He's not letting him get any room.
And Centennial's going to get the steal here. And they're loving it on the bench. Good pressure from Centennial early on.
Now, we saw a lot of this right off the hop in the women's game. If you missed it, the Centennial women took down the George Brown Huskies, and we saw a lot of the same pressure from the women's side. Let's see if the men can live up to the same tide.
Kane Simon Caesar to control the ball for Centennial. He drops it off to Turton O'Neill. Good pressure here from George Brown. They regain their dribble. 10 to shoot. Goes hard at the rim, and they're going to call a foul.
Just another example, Chris, of going hard to the rim. Even if you don't get the shot, you're going to get the throws.
O'Neill Turton put his shoulder down, drew the contact, and he's going to the line to shoot a pair. O'Neill Turton shooting 52.6% from the field this season, averaging 11.4 points per game. His first one is off the mark. Second free throw's on the way. It is up and good. Pressure from Centennial early on. Controlled there by Khalid Libbings-Mullings. There by George Brown. Centennial with good pressure here. And they're going to call a kickball violation on Tasheed Crawford.
Once again, a lot of really good defensive pressure from this Colts side. They're not letting George Brown get anything going so far.
7-2, Centennial leads the Huskies early on first quarter action. Caleb Libbings-Mullings to throw it in. Mullings ball top of the key, tips it off to his teammate. 3 ball on the way, and it is off the mark. Partner a quick trigger there, but just couldn't find the basket.
Has the right idea there, but you got to aim it a little bit, or that ball actually fell behind the backboard.
O'Neill Turton to throw it in here for Centennial. And we're going to have a stoppage in play as the George Brown coach is having a conversation with the referee.
A lot of emotion we've seen.
Good pressure here from the George Brown guards. Controlled there by Cade Simon Caesar. Simon Caesar bringing the ball up the court. Relentless pressure here early on from both teams. Centennial gets the ball inside. They're unable to finish at the net. Rebound to the Huskies. Control over there by the Huskies, top of the key. Swings the ball outside. And a good finish at the net there. Cottrell Johnson.
No doubt about them. He found the lane, Johnson did, and it was an easy layup.
Controlled there by Centennial, T. Crawford, and they're going to call a foul. And it's a blocking foul.
That was Jaden Williams, number 10 for the Huskies, setting that block.
Good defense there. Huskies control the ball top of the key. It's dished down in the corner. Good pressure from both teams early on. They swing it out. It's up in the net. Great ball movement from the Huskies early on. 3-ball on the way. It is off the mark, but they're going to call.
Now it looks like another foul drawn by the shooter, Tavon Mars-Buckley. And it looks like he's heading to the line for a couple of shots.
Mars-Buckley averaging 18.8 points, fifth in the OCAA, having an awesome start to his season for the Huskies. Going to shoot 3 here after being fouled on that 3-point shot. Mars-Buckley hits his first 2, his third on the way. It is down. 3 great free throws there. Centennial controls the ball, being pressured there. Huskies defense trying to will their team on. Centennial's got the ball top of the key. Shimmy shake, dish it out to a shooter. And it's turned over there. Nope, to get a ball back. Top of the key, 5 to shoot. Rebound there to the Grizzlies. Grizzlies looking to push.
Excellent defense so far from both teams tonight, Chris. They're not letting either team offensively get anything going.
No, you can tell both of these teams are jacked off after the way it ended last season. It's stolen there by Centennial. Unable to finish, but number 12 cleans it up. Simon Ricketts-Ewan, the man on the job at the net. Controlled there by the Huskies. Looking to push, but it's stolen.
That's a bad giveaway.
Tashi Crawford with the pickup for Centennial. Crawford looking to push it down, then coast to coast, puts it up, unable to finish. Rebound there to Centennial, working hard at the net. They're able to keep it in. Outstanding play there. Centennial thought about it. Good looking jumper, just short. Rebound to the Huskies.
3 straight offensive rebounds we saw by the Colts. They've got really good control in the paint. Couldn't knock it down, though.
Going to be crucial during that game, and we have a foul. Raheem Roberts draws it for the Huskies. He will go to the line to shoot a pair. Centennial clinging to a 2-point lead, first quarter action. You are watching OCAA men's basketball here at the beautiful George Brown St. James campus. First free throw on the way. It is up and no good. Raheem Roberts, the Toronto native, in his second year, went to Bill Carruthers Secondary School in Unionville, Ontario. Roberts' second free throw is on the way. It is up and no good. 2 costly misses from the Huskies there.
It's tough luck to miss both of them there, Chris. You practice those over and over again in practice. You got to knock them down.
Centennial looking to push with the ball top of the key. Jumper on the way. It is no good. Rebound to the Huskies. Huskies looking to push it. Transition. 3-ball is on the way. It is no good. Look, flying in for the rebound, but unable to finish. It's back the other way to Centennial. 3-ball up. Rebound to Centennial, and they clean it up at the net. Tavon Mars-Buckley, the man on the job there.
A lot of 3-ball attempts so far.
Both these teams trying to settle in their offense early on, and one, and the Huskies bench loves it. Jalen Colburn will go to the line to shoot one more after drawing that foul, and he finishes at the rim. Colburn, the Scarborough native, went to Wexford Collegiate in his first year. It's controlled there by Centennial to bring the ball up the court, top of the key, and they lose the dribble.
That looked like it went off his foot there, Chris.
They go out of his foot. I believe we're going to stick with Centennial here. Lucky to get that ball back. Tyshawn Crawford will throw it in for the Colts. They lead 11-9 here, first quarter action. George Brown setting their defense from the bench to get the ball in. Good trap there, spin move, the ball is up. Rebounded at the net by Centennial, and they're going to go to the line.
Once again, the Centennial Colts with good offensive rebounds to get in a second, sometimes third try for the ball, and it's going to pay off this time as they're going to go to the line.
Darius Sylvester Talbot will shoot 2 for the Colts.
Checking in for the Huskies, we've got number 23. That's Abdullah Sudani. Coming in for number 6, Jalen Colburn.
Sylvester Talbot's first free throw is good, averaging just 14.2 minutes per game this season on a very deep Centennial team. Second free throw is on the way. It is up and no good. Rebound to the Huskies. Controlled there by Raheem Roberts. Roberts gives it up. George Brown watching the ball, guarded there closely. Dribble handoff. It's stolen by Centennial. They're pushing the ball down the court. The layup is up coast to coast. And they're going to go to the line. Tavon Mars-Buckley extremely active early on here, partner.
Extremely. If you have a feeling we're going to be calling his name all night. We talked about how many points he's averaging. We talked about him leading the league. He's got 94 points, and he's put a few up on the board already today.
Mars-Buckley shooting an outstanding 77.8% from the free throw line this season. Having an all-around great start to the season for the Colts. His first free throw on the way. It is up, and it is good. 13-9. Centennial leads George Brown here. Second free throw on the way. It is up and good. He gets them both. George Brown controlling the ball there. Jamar James. James being watched there closely by Centennial. Here's the ball, top of the key, maintaining his dribble. James wants to dance. Top of the key, gets his screen, looks it off, goes to the net with the right. Looking for a foul there.
No call on the play. He thought he was going to get one there.
Centennial wants to push the ball down the court across the timeline. Controlled there by Tyshawn Crawford. Crawford gets his screen, puts his head down, looking to dribble, spin, move up with the net, gives it off. Centennial, good looking move there.
That was a beautiful spin for the shot.
Malik Taylor-Williams with the English around the net. Good looking finish there. Huskies control the ball. Just over half. Watch there closely. Husky double teamed. Swings it across court. It's controlled there in the corner. 3 ball on the way. It is down. Nas Robert with a good looking stroke from the corner. And the Huskies cut into the Centennial lead. Centennial leads by 4.
The wide open 3, a really great pass from Darius Talbot to find Robert open.
Tyshawn Crawford controls the ball. Gives it off to Darius Sylvester Talbot. Sylvester Talbot watched there closely, top of the key. Tyshawn Crawford with the ball back, fakes a shot, puts his head down. Spin move, looking to get to the net. The right is up, no good. Rebound to the Huskies. George Brown looking to push and transition, but it's stolen away by Centennial. And it is out of bounds, and we are going to go the other way.
Colts defenders doing a great job getting their arms in the lane there, blocking the lead passes, not letting the Huskies get anything going. They've still got a slim lead in this one.
Both teams extremely active early on in the defensive end. Tavon Mars-Buckley to throw it in for Centennial. He's joined in the backcourt by Darius Sylvester Talbot. Subbing in for the Huskies, Quentin McCarthy comes in for Centennial. Controlled there by Simon Ricketts-Ewan. Ricketts-Ewan watched there closely, gives it off. He gets the ball back, puts his head down, goes to the net, unable to finish at the rim, but he's going to go to the line. Got hammered going up, and he'll shoot a pair.
That was Quentin McCarthy checking into the game, getting him the ball with a nice pass. Right idea. Couldn't quite get the basket to drop, but he'll still shoot 2.
Ricketts Ewan headed back to the line, having an extremely active first quarter. His first free throw is up and good. The Toronto native in his 4th year with Centennial. Second free throw up on the way. It is good. He earns them both. Huskies control the ball. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Across the timeline, guarded there closely. He gets a screen. Dips it off in the corner. Good defense there from Centennial as they earn the steal. They're looking to push in transition, but it's out of bounds. Tavon Mars Buckley couldn't handle the pass, and he's not thrilled about that one, partner.
No, that was just too hard out of his fingertips. He really wanted that one, Chris.
Nas Robert will throw it in for the Huskies. Little bit of pressure here from Centennial. Huskies have the ball. They get it into the paint. Let's give it back into the corner. Inside. They keep it alive, but they throw it away. Centennial with another steal.
That was Tavon Mars Buckley. Again, he's been doing it on both sides of the court so far for the Colts.
Tavon Mars Buckley with the ball center key. Good looking shimmy shake with the right. Oh, unable to finish.
Oh, he can't get it to drop. That was a nice play from start to finish. He took it all the way from the other end of the court.
Mars Buckley with the blow by at the top of the key, just unable to finish with the right. It's going to go back to the Huskies. Nas Robert, the man to throw it in. Again, pressure from Centennial early on. Robert gets it in. Raheem Roberts with the ball. He gives it back to Robert. Controlled there by Khalid Libbard-Mullings. Libbard-Mullings setting the offense, top of the key. 16 to shoot. Libbard-Mullings gives up his dribble, hands it off. Good looking fake there. They swing it into the corner, but unable to handle the pass. Javon Frey Woodbine with a good ball fake, but his pass was a little too much to handle there, and they're going to turn it over.
That's a great setup there by the Huskies. That pass a little too fast, a little too hard. They got to slow it down and make those a little crisper, a little cleaner.
Simon Ricketts-Ewan gives up the ball there. Quentin McCarthy with the ball top of the key. McCarthy's 3-ball on the way, and it's off the rim. Rebound to the Huskies. Huskies looking to push here. It's given up into the corner. Ball fake there. Give it back, top of the key. Good looking move there. They drop it off, and they're foul.
There's Quentin McCarthy with the block and the foul there for Centennial.
Khalid Libbard-Mullings, good job getting to the paint there, and the Huskies are going to shoot free throws. It will be Nas Robert, the man to shoot them. Substitutions in for both teams. Robert, first free throw on the way. It is up and good. Correction, that's the second. Centennial with the ball. 90 seconds to go here, first quarter. Darius Sylvester Talbert across the timeline, top of the key. Sylvester Talbert being guarded there closely, gives up his dribble. Quentin McCarthy. McCarthy has it stolen. Excellent play by the Huskies, and he's going to throw it down! Nas Robert with the jam. And the Huskies starting to feel it here. They're turning up the pressure on the defense. And they're going to call a foul. Partner, after the jam, the Huskies are feeling it. Good looking defense there.
Huskies bench exploding there after that throwdown. They're fired up. You can tell they want to get themselves back in this game. Down 3.
We're in the bonus here. So Centennial's going to head to the free throw line. Abdullah Sudani, the man to shoot him for the Colts. Sudani, first free throw up on the way. It is good. Sudani, the Scarborough native, went to Wexford Collegiate. His second free throw is up off the rim. It's controlled there by the Huskies. Libbard-Mullings the ball. Top of the key across the timeline. Guarded it there by McCarthy. McCarthy pointed to his teammates, trying to set the defense. Libbard-Mullings still has his dribble. Drops it off. Good looking feed. Malik Taylor Williams, how are you, partner?
Huskies putting some passes together on that one to complete the play.
We're going to get a kickball violation. 47 seconds to play here. Centennial clinging to a 2-point lead, first quarter action. Tavon Mars Buckley to throw it in. Mars Buckley gives it off to Sylvester Talbert. Being guarded there closely by Liber Mullings. Sylvester Talbert still has his dribble, drops it off. Shimmy shake up at the rim. Too strong. Rebound. They keep it alive. Fight for it underneath, and the Huskies control it. Huskies looking to push a transition. We're under 30 seconds to go. Liber Mullings. Liber Mullings shimmy shake the right hand. Cross corner pass. They swing it up top of the key. And it's up off the rim, controlled by Sylvester Talbot. Shot clock is off. 15 to play here, and we have a foul. Nas Robert, the man, charged there, and he's going to head off for the Huskies. Partner, end-to-end action here. Points are tough to come by.
Yeah, tightly contested first half we've seen so far, Chris. Not a lot of points separating these two teams with 14.4 seconds to go. We could be in for a tightly contested night.
Huskies are in the bonus, so Centennial is going to shoot some free throws here. Darius Sylvester Talbot, the man to do it. His second free throw on the way. Huskies looking to set some offense down. They control the rebound, but it's out of bounds, and it's going to stick with Centennial.
Smart offensive play there by the Colts to maintain possession of that ball, right? There's only a little bit of time left on the clock. They want to keep it in their possession as much as they can.
Darius Talbot, the man to throw it in. Can Centennial capitalize with 14 seconds to go here, first quarter? Quentin McCarthy gets open behind the arc. Here's 3-ball on the way. It's off the rim and controlled by the Huskies. Khalid Liber Mullings dishes it off. Huskies bring it. Alley-oop it down with the jam!
No doubt about that
Malik
one.
Taylor Williams soaring through the air for the finish. And some good momentum for the Huskies as they tie it up at the end of quarter one. Partner, what a feed there.
Oh, what a way to end a quarter. What a way to tie a game. Huskies have all kinds of momentum going into this second quarter.
What a first quarter indeed. Let's talk George Brown. What did you see from them first quarter?
They started out a little bit too fast, a little bit too shaky out of the gate, making some passes that were missed, some field goals that were missed, but they slowed it down, right? Started to control their game, making crisper passes, making better throws, and they came back to tie this game up.
Let's switch gears and talk to Centennial. What did they need to do to regain their lead as we head into the second quarter?
I think they got to limit their mistakes. They had a really, really good defensive presence in that first quarter, getting a lot of hands in the lane, a lot of blocks. Right? They just got to keep doing that. They're not letting George Brown get too close to the paint, and if they keep that going, I think they can take this game again.
Second quarter action coming to you momentarily. A reminder, you can catch the George Brown Huskies up next versus the Seneca Sting on November 12th. And for the Centennial Colts, their next one is also on November 12th against the Georgian Grizzlies. Packed house here as we await second quarter action. A reminder, the George Brown Grizzlies dropped their women's game earlier on in the night in a back and forth affair. A good contest for both teams, and we are ready for play. Quentin McCarthy is going to throw it in for Centennial. Correction, Tavon Buckley is going to be the man to do it for Centennial. Both teams are fierce set for play, and we are ready for second quarter action. Tavon Buckley, the man to throw it in. He gets it top of the key. Tyshawn Crawford being guarded there closely. It's given off to Malik Taylor Williams. Taylor Williams, good looking move there, and the finish too strong. It's out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Centennial. Malik Taylor-Williams able to get into the paint there, but just a little too strong at the rim.
And a really good drive into the net there. Couldn't get it down, but he looks like he's going to get a second chance.
Taylor-Williams, it's stripped there by the Grizzlies, and we are going to get a held ball. And the possession arrow is going to go back to George Brown. Excellent defense from the Huskies there. Raheem Roberts, the man to throw it in.
Raheem Roberts leads this team with 3.8 forced turnovers. He's 9th in the league in that category.
Khalid Libber-Mullings across the timeline, guarded there by Quentin McCarthy. Libber-Mullings, it's stolen there. Excellent defensive play from Centennial. Coast to coast, the right hand, and the finish. Malik Taylor-Williams with the steal and the points.
Taylor-Williams, an excellent display of height there. The 6.5 Scarborough native with an excellent block.
Khalid Libber-Mullings looking to answer for George Brown, guarded there. Quentin McCarthy, the feed inside, and a little too strong, but they're going to go to the line. Cottrell Johnson with a good cut there. A little too strong on the layup, but he's going to go to the line to shoot a pair. Johnson standing at 6'4", the Brampton, Ontario native. His first free throw is up on the way. It is good.
Cottrell Johnson, a third-year student out of Brampton, Ontario, went to St. Thomas Aquinas.
Cottrell Johnson's second free throw is off the line. Controlled there. Sean Crawford looking to push for Centennial. Crawford loses the ball, but they're going to call a foul. Crawford looking to get some quick offense there.
Cottrell Johnson thought he got away with that one, but he's going to get called for the foul, and Centennial's going to go to the line. No, correction just down to the baseline. Johnson still with the foul.
Side out of bounds. Tayshawn Crawford, the man to throw it in for Centennial. They're clinging to a 1-point lead over the George Brown Huskies. Crawford, the man to throw it in, controlled there by Centennial. Crawford gets the ball back up at the net. Too strong, rebound to the Huskies. George Brown looking to push, second quarter action. It's controlled there, top of the key. Shimmy shake, ball up, and he's fouled. Nicholas Dutterville, the man who draws it for George Brown. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
And Tayshawn Crawford of Centennial can't believe he got called for the foul on that one. He's still talking to the referees about it. Clearly disagrees with the call.
Nicholas Dutterville, the Montreal, Quebec native in his second year at George Brown. The guard stands at 6'1", and he's headed to the line.
Quick substitution here. Tavon Mars Buckley checking out for the Colts.
Dutterville's first free throw is up and good. Second one on the way. It's good. Successful trip to the line there. George Brown takes a 1-point lead. It's controlled there. Tayshawn Crawford. Crawford guarded there closely. Brings the ball up across the timeline. Drops it off. Controlled there. Jalen Colbert, the man, puts his head down. Drops it off in the corner. It's up at the net. Good looking shot there. Malik Taylor-Williams with the turnaround, Jay.
Taylor-Williams making the defense look silly with a spin and a shot there.
Huskies control the ball. Khalid Libber-Mullings, the man to do it across the timeline. Gives the ball up, gets it back, puts his head down in the net, drops it off. Ball fake at the top. It's driven by the Huskies. The right hand is up and off the glass. Quentin Oliveira with a good looking finish there. Tayshawn Crawford throwing it in for Centennial. Good looking pressure for the Huskies, and they force the turnover. They bring the full court press, and it pays off. Libber-Mullings, 3-ball all the way. It's off the line. Controlled there by the Huskies. Ball up in the net and in. Cottrell Johnson working hard down low, and he finishes.
That's 3 straight offensive rebounds for the Huskies to make sure they got that bucket.
Jalen Colburn, the man to control it for George Brown. Centennial drops it off. Tayshawn Colbert puts his head down with the right hand, is up, and he's fouled. Crawford looking to stop the Husky run there, does so successfully. He's headed to the line to shoot a pair. Substitution for George Brown. Jamar James checks in, and Quentin Oliveira is going to head to the bench. Back and forth action here in the second quarter. George Brown Huskies clinging to a 3-point lead. Tayshawn Crawford at the free throw line for Centennial. Crawford's first free throw is up and off the mark.
Tayshawn Crawford shooting 70% from the line so far this season.
I don't know. Normally very reliable free throw shooter, misses them both, but Centennial controls the rebound.
He almost gets it back.
It's a 3-on-1. Good pass there. Khalil Libbard-Mullings with the right hand.
George Brown almost gave that ball right back to the Colts, but they grabbed it back to get the score.
Free ball at center court for the Huskies, and they capitalize there. Jalen Colbert, extra hard defense there from the Huskies. Colbert across the timeline. Gives it up, Malik Taylor-Williams. Taylor-Williams, top of the key, looking for a teammate. Draws it on Tayshawn Colbert with the right hand, and he finishes at the net. Some good-looking two-way offense there from Centennial.
Excellent drive to the net by Tayshawn Crawford.
Jamar James across the timeline being guarded there by Crawford. James still maintaining his dribble. James trying to work the two-man game. They kick it out. 3-ball on the way. It is good.
No doubt about it. Centennial wanted a foul on that block there. They're not going to get it. That's going to be a three-pointer. Huskies are going to take a lead in this one.
A good-looking offensive set from the Huskies. They cling to a 6-point lead in a back-and-forth first half here at George Brown St. James campus.
A lot more offense coming out of the George Brown side in this second quarter, Chris. Hey, they're making a lot more of their shots. What are you seeing out of Centennial that's leading them dropping so many?
George Brown really getting good offensive sets, moving the ball around. They're kicking it out to their shooters, and they're finding them open. They're also running in transition, too, and trying to capitalize on those easy points. It's been a back-and-forth affair by both teams.
Absolutely. Looks like we're going to be in for a good one tonight.
Both teams talking it over on their respective benches, and we are set for play. Just under 7 minutes to go here in this opening half. And the George Brown Huskies are holding on to a 6-point lead. Ball is going to go to Centennial here. O'Neal Turton, the man to throw it in. Huskies once again bringing that full quarter pressure. They get extremely difficult in the Centennial team. They get the ball into Crawford. Being guarded there closely by Jamar James. Crawford across the timeline. Wants to dance with James. Gets a screen. George Brown wanted to foul there. Crawford at the net, unable to finish. The Huskies want to run in transition. Libbard-Mullings, coast to coast, puts it up, and the finish. Good looking drive there by Libbard-Mullings.
What a run by Libbard-Mullings, doing it all the way down the court, just like Crawford was doing on the other side.
Tayshawn Crawford looking to answer. Kicks it down low, tries to jam it, but he's unsuccessful. Libbard-Mullings, the man for the Huskies. Got the ball across the timeline. Libbard-Mullings gives it up. They swing it in the corner. The dribble from George Brown. They kick it outside. 3-ball on the way. It is off the mark. Centennial, Tayshawn Crawford. 3-on-1 down low. Crawford gets a pass, gets it back, and finishes at the net. Good looking passing play from Centennial there.
That pass looked like it actually came off his foot. He got a lucky bounce there.
Libbard-Mullings being watched there by Jalen Colbert. Libbard-Mullings across the timeline. 16 to shoot in this back and forth the first half. Libbard-Mullings still the man on the dribble. Huskies looking to get into their offense. Libbard-Mullings gets a screen, sets it into the corner. 3-ball on the way. It is off the mark. Fight for the rebound. They control it, and it's out of bounds. Quentin Oliveira unable to handle that one.
I just about got a fingertip on it. Managed to grab it, but he stepped out of bounds. It's going to be Centennial ball.
Some good-looking hustle there from Oliveira, but just a little too far. Possession's going to go to Centennial. O'Neal Turton, the man to throw it in for Centennial. Colts trail by 6 here. 5 minutes to go in the opening half. Huskies once again going with the full quarter pressure. Centennial brings the ball up. It is Simon Ricketts-Ewan. Ricketts-Ewan across the timeline, top of the key. Gives it off there. Centennial being guarded closely. Right-handed move. Scoop layup is off the mark. Rebound to the Huskies. Raheem Roberts across the timeline, top of the key. Gives it up. Huskies looking to get into their offense. Jamar James. James being watched there closely. They give it inside. Ball fake. James gets it back, top of the key, puts his head down the Jimmy drive, but it's stolen away by Centennial, but it's stolen back by the Huskies. A costly pass there.
Raheem Roberts getting a great arm in the way to stop that from a breakaway.
Nosberry gives it up. 3-ball on the way. It is off the mark. Rebound to Centennial. Tavon Mars Buckley controlling it for Centennial. Mars Buckley across the timeline, being guarded there closely. Gives it up inside. Good look at ball fake. The shot is up. It is off the mark. Fight for the rebound. The Grizzlies control it. The Huskies control it. Raheem Roberts across the timeline, puts his head down. Gives it outside. 3-ball on the way. It is off the mark. Controlled by Centennial. Partner, a couple threes from the Huskies. They're just unable to capitalize. Tavon Mars Buckley tries to answer for the Grizzlies. It is good. Tavon Mars Buckley with a good-looking stroke there.
And it looked like Malik Taylor-Williams took a bit of a stinger to the knee on that last play. He's favoring his left leg pretty heavily.
As the Colts cut in to the Huskies' lead. Ball center court, ball fake. Puts his head down, left-handed dribble, gives the ball up in the corner. 3-ball on the way. It is too strong. And it's out of bounds. It's going to go to Centennial. Raheem Roberts unable to find the twine there.
Chris, the Huskies did a really good job of slowing the ball down at the end of the first half to claw back into this game. I feel like they're coming in a little bit too fast as this second quarter trails in, though.
Substitution for George Brown as number 17, Control Johnson, checks into the game. Darius Sylvester Talbot has the ball at top of the key, gives it off to Tavon Mars Buckley. Mars Buckley, good, quick move. Shot on the way, and he is feeling it early on. A confident stroke there. We are all nodded at 33.
Nothing but net on that Mars Buckley shot.
Huskies looking to answer. Put their head down, drive to the net, give it up. They swing the ball around. The drive, the left-handed scoop layup. It is up and good. Raheem Roberts with a confident drive there. So Darius Talbot keeps the ball across the timeline. Talbot brings it up for Centennial. Just over 3 minutes to go here. They bring the ball inside, swing it across. Ball fake from Centennial to give it up. Talbot unable to handle that when he gets it back. Throws it into the corner. Some good pressure from George Brown here. O'Neal Turton puts it up for 3. And he's got it. Another one.
Chris, that was excellent offensive rebounds by Malik Taylor-Williams to keep the ball in his possession to set that 3 up. Without that, that ball doesn't go in.
Correction, a 2 from O'Neal Turton, but a good-looking stroke there. Jamar James Emanuel, it's stolen away. Darius Sylvester Talbot coast to coast, and he finishes at the rim. Darius Talbot the steal and the jam. And Centennial suddenly taking a 2-point lead as we approach the end of this half. Raheem Roberts the man to bring it up for the Huskies. Roberts across the timeline being guarded closely there. He gives it up. Roberts gets it back. 3-ball on the way. It is off the mark. Fight for the rebound, controlled by Centennial. They go to the ground. Now we're going to get a foul here with the push, and it's going to go to Centennial when we fight for that rebound. Substitution here. Kane Caesar comes back in for Centennial. We're going to get one for George Brown, too. Nicholas Dunderville back in for the Huskies. Correction, Dunderville is at the scorer's table. He appears ready to enter action, but no sub according to the referee as Centennial brings the ball up. Darius Talbot across the timeline. Talbot gives it up. Centennial controlling the ball here. 2 minutes to go first quarter. First half action. O'Neal Turton gives the ball up. Darius Talbot right-handed move across the court. O'Neal Turton gets the ball back. Turton, Jimmy J on the way. It is too strong. Fight for the rebound. And Centennial controls it. We're going to get a foul. The Colts' relentless pressure there pays off. They grab the rebound.
Nassim Berry does not agree with that call. He's the one committing the foul for the Huskies. He's still having a conversation with the ref. He doesn't seem to agree with it at all.
Simon Ricketts-Ewan, the man who drew the foul for Centennial. They're going to keep possession. Mars Buckley to throw it in, gives it up to Ricketts-Ewan. Ricketts-Ewan top of the key, left-handed dribble crossover. Gives it up Sylvester Talbot. Good looking ball fake there with a right-handed throw, and it's blocked. Cottrell Johnson says, not in my house. It gets his hand up with the swat.
Really strong defense there by the Huskies, not letting the Colts get too close, get too many shots, and they're going to maintain possession.
Cottrell Johnson keeping the Huskies within this one as they trail by 2 as we approach halftime. Johnson throws it, and it's controlled by Khalid Libber-Mullings. Libber-Mullings being guarded close there by Simone Caesar. Libber-Mullings gets free, cross-quarter pass. A good ball fake there. Drive to the net, right hand to layup. It's blocked. Nicholas Tunderville, a good ball fake there, but Centennial Colts defense denying him at the rim.
That was Rickett Ewens at the paint for the Colts, blocking that shot.
Mullings to throw it in, gives it up, top of the court. Raheem Roberts controls it for the George Brown Huskies. Roberts being guarded there closely. Tribute drive at the net, throws it up. Wild shot, unable to finish, but they're going to keep the ball as it goes out of bounds. Cottrell Johnson to man the inbound duties for George Brown's left side. A quick inbound pass. Johnny on the spot. Good looking play from George Brown there. DeAndre nicely the man on the job.
Now the Huskies caught the Colts sleeping there. Defenders weren't even looking at him. He was wide open.
Darius Talbot across the timeline being guarded there by Liber Mullings. They switch off. It's poked out of bounds. It's going to stick with the Colts. Some good hands there. Talbot's going to maintain inbound duties. We're going to get a timeout from George Brown. Partner, a back and forth opening half. No one's able to pull away.
Now, Chris, I mean, it's a tale of two quarters. We're all knotted up now, but we've seen the same things that one team's doing well in the first half, the other team's doing well in the second half. We'll have to see what happens as this second quarter winds down and we get into the second half.
We are out of the timeout, and both teams are set for action. 37-37. We are tied here with 1 minute to play in the opening half. Possession is going to stick with George Brown. Correction. Centennial is going to have possession here. Darius Talbot, the man to throw it in, gives it off. Spin move from Centennial. It is off the mark, but they're going to call a foul. O'Neal Turton with a good-looking move there, and he's headed to the line to shoot a pair.
O'Neal Turton shooting 52.6% from the line so far this year. He's got 11.4 points per game. He's been a big part of this Colts offense.
The forward averaging 15.4 minutes per game for this Centennial group. His first free throw is up and good. Second one on the way. Turton's free throw is up and good. Successful trip to the line for him there. George Brown gets the ball back. It's controlled there by Cottrell Johnson. Johnson gives it up to Liber Mullings. He's guarded there closely. Gives it up. Cottrell Johnson loses the ball, but they're going to call a foul. Reach in foul there.
A tight defense again by the Colts. They get caught for the foul, but they still don't let George Brown get anything going.
Very tight defense. Every piece of court contested in this opening half. We're going to get a sub in for Centennial. Jalen Colburn back in the game as Kane Caesar subs out. Colleen Liber Mullings, the man to throw it in, gets the ball, and it's swatted out of bounds. Man.
It's tipped out of bounds by Simon Ricketts.
Ewan. Every piece of court contested. Liber Mullings will try and do it again. Liber Mullings trying to get the ball inside. It's going cross court. Risky pass there, but it pays off, and it's out.
Chris, that was a risky move.
Risky
one side to the other.
There.
They got lucky. They're going to maintain possession, but
possession's going to stick with the Huskies here. Nicholas Tutterville, the man to throw it in. Liber Mullings gets the ball. Top of the key, guarded there closely. They're going to call a foul. Jalen Colburn just a little too aggressive there as he picks one up. And we are in the bonus here, so Kaleem Liber Mullings is going to head to the free throw line. Liber Mullings shooting it at 66.7% on the season. His free throw is up and on the way. It is good. We are under a minute to play here in the opening quarter. Mars Buckley looking to catch the Huskies defense sleeping, but it's out of bounds. Partner, a quick transition there from Centennial.
That was quick, but he didn't catch Cottrell Johnson sleeping. He got a hand on that ball to knock it out of bounds.
Jalen Colbert to throw it in for Centennial. Trying to work the ball inside. O'Neal Turton says, I can do it. He finishes at the rim.
That's a good quick pass right in the paint to get a good quick score.
Tavon Mars Buckley forces it out of bounds all over the court on the defensive side in this opening half. It's going to be thrown in there by Nicholas Stutterville looking for Liberty Bowling. Stutterville gets it back. A good-looking two-man game there. Swings it cross court. Jimmy drive with the right hand, and it's too strong. Spotted up the court by Centennial.
Kane Caesar got a hand on that one to knock it out.
Mars Buckley looking to reset top of the key. We are under 20 seconds to play in the first half. Mars Buckley wants to dance, puts his head down with the right hand, and it's off the mark. Shot clock is off. Huskies looking to push in transition to get the ball. Ball fake there with the right hand. Crowd wants a walk. Lippert Mulling's good. Ball fake. No shot, they're going to say, as a foul is called. The quickness of Lippert Mulling's really noticeable. Liam Lippert Mulling's first free throw is up, and it is good. 5'11" guard Hales from Toronto. Second free throw up, and it is good. We're going to get a substitution here as Quentin Oliveira checks back into the game for the Huskies. 4 seconds remain. O'Neal Turton to throw it in. And we're going to get a whistle. He was looking for Jalen Colburn there. And the Huskies want a timeout as they want to set their defense with the final 5 seconds here in the first half.
Only 1 point separating these teams so far with just a couple seconds to go in the the first half, second quarter. This has been a back and forth game, Chris.
Yeah, you can really see it. George Brown won both meetings last season. Very tightly contested as we head into the end of the first half.
A little bit of emotion you're seeing from both benches, both coaches as well. They were just jawing at each other a little bit with that before that timeout was called. We'll see if that continues for the rest of the game.
Both coaches extremely vocal as they look to get back in the win column. The George Brown Huskies, of course, enter this game 2-3, 6th in the OCAA Men's Basketball East. The Centennial Colts are 3-2 as they sit 1 spot ahead of George Brown in 5th. Both teams break the huddles, and we are set for play. 4.8 seconds. Partner, if you're the Huskies, what are you looking for here?
I mean, you got to make a good, clean pass, and you got to get into the paint to make a shot. They've been making a lot of threes that haven't been going down, so if you want some quick points, you got to get in close.
Lippert Mulling's looking to get the ball in, gets the ball in. A good-looking look there, but they're unable to finish. Tavon Mars Buckley, 1 second left. His heave is off the mark. We have reached halftime with the Centennial Colts leading the George Brown Huskies 41-40 in a very back-and-forth first half.
We have been blessed with a great game so far, Chris. A lot of leads changing hands, a lot of back and forth, a lot of great offense and defense from both sides. I am excited and fired up for this second half.
Let's quickly talk the home team. What do you need to see from George Brown for them to get a win in this ball game in the second half?
I think they need to slow things down. Right? They had a really good finish to their first quarter, coming back after a deficit, getting things all tied up. But then they were making a little bit too many passes, passing things around too fast. They almost looked frantic. I don't know how many threes they shot that they missed. They should have a much bigger lead on this game, and I think they just really need to slow things down.
Let's quickly switch gears and talk about the Centennial Colts. What do you need to see from them to hold on to this lead and come out victorious?
Well, they've been playing great defense. Like we've been saying all game, they're getting their arms in the lane. They're getting great blocks. Right? They have some really strong defenders. Ricketts Ewan actually is 7th in the league. He's got 44 total defensive rebounds, averaging 6 of them a game. Right, he's been grabbing quite a few, so the defense of the Colts has been strong. if they can limit this Huskies offense, I think they can pull away with it.
Ricketts Ewan and Mars Buckley very active on the defensive end for the Colts in the first half. It's halftime here. Stay tuned for the second half. All right, hello and welcome back to the beautiful St. James campus here at George Brown. You are watching OCAA men's basketball. After a wildly entertaining first half, the Centennial Colts lead the George Brown Huskies 41-40. Partner, let's talk second half. Let's reset here. What do you need to see from the Colts that's going to let them hang on for the victory?
Well, I need to see them keeping their defense nice and strong. They've been limiting the Huskies' shots, forcing them to make 3 balls, and the Huskies haven't been putting them down. So if the Colts can keep that defensive pressure up that we've been seeing all game, they can pull away with this victory here.
Switching gears to the home team, what do you need to see from the Huskies over this final 20 that'll let them pull even to 500 and pick up their 3rd win of the year?
I need to see them calm down. Right, they coming out a little panicked in that end of the second half. Like I said, missing all those threes. They were missing some early shots and some easy passes. So they've got to slow it down, control the ball, and make good, crisp, clean passes.
Both teams are set for play. 20 more to go here as the second half is a matter of moments from getting underway. Conversation with the referee at center court, and we are set to go.
Couldn't quite figure out for a second there which way the ball was supposed to go, who was going to inbound for possession.
We're all set now. Tavon Buckley throws it in. Kane Caesar being watched there by Khalid Liver-Mullings. Gives it up. Centennial holding the ball there. That's O'Neal Turton. O'Neal Turton shimmy shake ball on the way, off the mark. Fight for the rebound. And the Huskies, as they fight for it in that left corner, it's going to be out of bounds. Possession is going to stay with Centennial.
Had a good clean shot there for the Centennial Colt defender, but unable to knock it down. They will keep possession, however.
Tayshawn Crawford, the man to throw it in for Centennial. The shot clock resets to 14. Crawford gets the ball in quick. Watch forward in the corner. O'Neal Turton down low. Turton puts a move on. Goes up strong at the net and finishes. The big man goes up hard and gets the points.
A really good drive there to pick up the points.
Huskies
he missed the shot earlier.
Quickly push in transition. Liver-Mullings, the ball carrier, once again being watched there by O'Neal Turton. Liver-Mullings watched there. Turton, great defense, gets his hand on the ball. It's a back and forth affair. Liver-Mullings turns the corner, throws it outside. Huskies should be drive ball at the net. Good looking finish there. Quentin Oliveira goes up strong. Tayshawn Crawford looking to push for Centennial. Crawford across the timeline, puts his head down, drives to that and finishes. Bucket for bucket here to start the 3rd quarter.
And he wanted the foul call there. Crawford giving the ref a little bit of a, hey, didn't just see that. But the ref calls nothing, and we keep play going.
Liver-Mullings gets the ball in there. Raheem Roberts, the ball carrier for the Huskies. Raheem Roberts, right hand off the window. Good looking finish there, too. Simon Ricketts-Ewan. Ricketts-Ewan, a clear path to the basket. Hop step off the mark. And Liver-Mullings pulls down the rebound. Liver-Mullings looking to slow things down here. He's across the timeline. Being watched there by Cade Caesar. Good battle between these two guards. Liver-Mullings calls for the screen, turns the corner, left-handed dribble, goes to it. It's tipped away by Centennial, but the Huskies get it back. Liver-Mullings in the corner. A good battle with Cade Caesar. Shot clock winding down, and they're going to get a shot clock. They called a foul first with the push.
No, I thought that was going to be a shot clock violation there, Chris. Great defense there by Kane Caesar, getting in the way a number of times to force the foul there.
The Huskies get deep into the shot clock, but they are rewarded there with a foul. Petrell Johnson throws it in. Raheem Roberts, top of the key, back down. Good pass there from Roberts, but they're unable to finish. Tavon Buckley looks to push for Centennial. Buckley across the timeline, being watched there by Johnson. Buckley looking to put a move on, shake and bake on the way off the mark. Huskies looking to push in transition. Petrell Johnson up at the net, and he's fouled.
I can't quite get that one to fall, but he's going to get the shots.
The Huskies bench loves it as Johnson's headed to the line. Jason Dawkins, the head coach of George Brown, looking to draw something up with his team. As Petrell Johnson shoots a pair of free throws. Johnson's first one on the way. It is up and good. Johnson shooting 70% from the line this season. His second one is on the way. It is off the mark. The rebound as they break The Huskies huddle. Colts looking to push here. They get a line spin layup. Huskies very active on defense. A scoop off the mark by Kane Caesar. Caesar gets his own rebound. Davon Mars Buckley inside. O'Neal Turton puts it up. And a good looking finish at the net. O'Neal Turton having himself a good start to the third quarter.
Yeah, both teams trading points back and forth. That's a fast start here to the second half.
Liber Mullings being watched by Ricketts with good battle here. Mullings across the timeline, 10 to shoot. Huskies switch off. O'Neal Turton on him now. Passes it inside, but it is out of bounds.
Pass just off the fingertips of Tyler Jean.
Tayshawn Crawford. Cade Caesar the ball carrier across the timeline. Caesar being watched there closely, puts his head down. Gives it up to O'Neal Turton. Turton's going to try a three, but it's off the mark. Rebound to the Huskies. Liver Mullings thought about throwing one down the court, but he's going to rethink about it. Across the timeline. Huskies with a shake and bake. Liber Mullings hits the floor. Good effort there. Gives it up to Raheem Roberts. Roberts looking to reset. His pass is stolen. Good effort there for Tayshawn Crawford. He goes behind the back, coast to coast. It is up and off the mark.
Oh, he almost had that one there. You know he wanted it bad.
Johnson dishes it off, and it's blocked. Simon Ricketts rising up.
Unbelievable defense out of the Centennial side.
O'Neal Turton looking to put his head down, and he loses it out of bounds. A good block there in this back and forth third quarter. Neither team willing to give an inch.
Chris, we've been seeing the Huskies early doing exactly what we talked about at the half. They're not shooting those long balls. They're trying to get in the paint, get up close to take the shots. And they're making a few more of them than they were to close out the first half.
Nicholas Tudorville, the man to throw it in. He gets it into Quentin Oliveira. Back to Tudorville. Give it up to Liber Mullings across the timeline, being watched there by Kane Caesar. Liber Mullings left-handed dribble, top of the key. Liber Mullings setting the Huskies offense. Control Johnson comes up to give him a screen, gives it up to Johnson. Johnson looking to make a move, spins, puts it up at the net, off the mark as he stumbles into the corner. Tavon Buckley looking to push here, gives it up. Three ball on the way, it is off the mark, but they get their own rebound, and there's going to be a foul. Foul called here, and the refs discussing it.
There's a conversation going on between the refs and Tayshawn Crawford right now. He's not happy about something.
Tayshawn Crawford is not happy with the refs, as Tavon Buckley is going to head to the free throw line for the Colts. Couple substitutions in here for George Brown. Jamar James checks back into the game, as Khalid Liber Mullings is going to get a breather. Buckley's first free throw is up and good. Also into the game for the Huskies is Javon Frey Woodbine. Buckley's second free throw is on the way, and it is off the mark. A brief whistle by the referee, and they're going to give possession to the Huskies.
And it looked like
a violation on the free throw.
Violation on the free throw there,
Colts.
Chris. I think Centennial was moving a little early there.
Control Johnson to throw it in. Extra hard defense here from the Colts. They kick it in the corner. Good ball movement here from the Huskies. The right hand, it is blocked.
That's Ricketts Ewan again.
Over to the air. Ricketts Ewan getting active on the defensive end. Ricketts Ewan gives the ball up. O'Neal Turton loses the handle, and they're going to call a foul. O'Neal Turton lost the handle there. Quentin Oliveira comes away with the ball, and the Huskies are going to get it back.
Like Taylor Williams is going to check back into the game for Centennial for O'Neal Turton.
Cottrell Johnson will man it out of bounds for the George Brown Huskies. Jamar James being watched there ultra close by Kane Caesar. James gets the ball. James across the timeline, gives it up. Huskies get the ball back. Jamar James, top of the key. Being watched there by Tavon Buckley. James puts the moves on, give it up in the corner. Three ball on the way. It is good. Javon Frey Woodbine just checks into the game, and a good looking stroke.
That's a good three ball. Get the Huskies some momentum. Tie game at 48.
Kane Caesar looking to answer. Left-handed layup is just off the mark. Rebound, Cottrell Johnson. Huskies looking to push Jamar James. Tavon Buckley behind the back. They swing it into the corner. Frey Woodbine starting to feel it over there. He throws it, and it is a backcourt violation.
That's going to go over the center line. Again, you can't do that in basketball. That's going to be Centennial ball.
Jamar James is not happy with his teammate after that one as the Huskies give one back. 48-48, we are all tied. Third quarter action, just under 5 minutes to go. Ricketts Ewan, they're going to give it to Tavon Buckley, the man to throw it in. He is watched there by Nicholas Stutterville. He gets it in quick. Malik Taylor-Williams. That's Sylvester Talbot loses the handle. The Huskies defense once again coming up. Frey Woodbine looking to push. Left-handed finishes off the mark. Rebound to Centennial. Darius Talbot on the other end. Gives it off. Tavon Buckley in the corner. Buckley a good move. And that's up at the rim. And Talbot, the man on the job, finishes at the net.
That's almost blocked there by the Huskies defender, but they were able to get their own offensive rebound to put the points down.
Jamar James across the timeline gives it up to Cottrell Johnson. Johnson gives it back up to James. James in the corner. Talbot being watched there. Frey Woodbine thought about a three and said he's going to put it on the deck. Frey Woodbine swings it. Huskies controlling the ball there. 5 to shoot. Thunderville puts it up right-handed with the floater. A little Steph Curry there for the finish.
That was nice, no doubt about it. He found a lane, he went for it, he put down the 2 points. We're back to a tie game.
Ricketts Ewan top of the key. Left-handed layup is up and good. Good burst there from the big man, having himself a good start to the second half. Jamar James across the timeline, back and forth action here. And it's stolen. Sylvester Talbot gives up. Tavon Buckley looking to finish on the other end, and he's fouled. Good foul from James there, make him earn it at the line. Substitutions for both teams. Naz Robert is going to check into the game for the Huskies. And Ricketts Ewan is going to head out.
Bit of an uneven matchup on the last play, Chris. Buckley comes in at 6'3", and the defender, James, only 5'9", still managed to get in his way, force a foul.
A smart play by James, giving up the foul, and make Buckley earn it at the line. His first free throw is up and good. Buckley bounces the ball 3 times. His second free throw is up and good. Successful trip to the line there from Buckley. Libbert Mullings just back into the game across the timeline for the Huskies. Libbert Mullings being watched there close. Gives it up Frey Woodbine. Frey Woodbine puts it on the deck. He swings it. Extra swing, but it's out of bounds. Quentin Oliveira trying to make the extra pass there. Some good defense from the Colts.
Darius Talbot getting a hand on that one to knock it out of bounds. It'll still be Huskies ball.
Substitution back into the game for George Brown is Tyler Jean's going to get some action here.
And Quentin Oliveira checks out.
Libbert Mullings the man to throw it in, looking to get Jean the ball. Instead he gives it to Frey Woodbine. Frey Woodbine top of the key, gives it off. Left-handed dribble. Try the one to step back. Frey Woodbine. 3-ball on the way, and another one. Frey Woodbine, ice cold. A good-looking stroke there.
He's having himself a start to this second half. He's knocking down 6 points already in the first few minutes.
The left-hander. Malik Taylor-Williams puts the ball on the deck, and they're going to call a foul.
Now it's good, solid defense from Libbert Mullins, setting up a screen there, getting pushed out of the way, and he's drawing the foul.
Offensive foul there for the Centennial Colts, who cling to a 1-point lead here in the third quarter. Now has Robert to throw it in for George Brown. Libbert Mullings and Sylvester Talbot continue to go at it. Outstanding matchup there in the backcourt. Now as Robert brings it across the timeline, Libbert Mullings wants the ball. Good ball denial there from Darius Talbot. Gives it up. 3-ball on the way, and another one down the hatch, and he loves it. Now is Robert getting involved from behind the arc.
And the Huskies bench is feeling it now. They got a 2-point lead here, two and a half to go in the third quarter.
Darius Talbot looking to answer, gives the ball up. 3-ball on the way from Centennial. It's off the mark. Talbot grabs the rebound, gives it up. Tavon Buckley. Buckley drives. The floater is up and off the mark, but the Huskies clean it up at the net.
That's another great offensive rebound. That one, Abdullah Sudani.
Abdullah Sudani getting some action here. Sudani averaging 14.3 minutes per game this season and 4.3 points. Shoots it at 83% from the line.
The 6'6" forward out of Scarborough went to Wexford Collegiate in his second year on the team.
Cottrell Johnson checks back in for George Brown. We are all tied at 56 here with under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Sudani's free throw is up and good. 3-point play from the big man. Khalil Libbard-Mullings there. Gives it up, Naz Robert. Robert across the timeline being watched there closely. Gives it up to Control Johnson. Robert gets the ball back, and it's stolen away. Some good active hands there from the Colts.
That's Sudani doing it both ends of the court, knocking down the points on the offensive side and getting his arm in the lane for the steal there.
Huskies talking it over at the half as Naz Robert heads to the free throw line. Robert's first free throw is up and good.
Robert is currently 10th in the league in defensive rebounds per game. He's got 5.6.
His second free throw is good as the Huskies take a 1-point lead. Tavon Buckley across the timeline gives it up to Darius Talbot. Talbot being watched there closely by Libbard-Mullings, tries to put a move on him. Talbot and Libbard-Mullings top of the key continuing. Contrell Johnson gets a screen. They give it up top of the key. Right-handed drive, and he's fouled. Malik Taylor-Williams with the drive, and he's going to head to the line.
That was Naz Robert getting his arm in the way there, committing the foul, but preventing the extra couple of points to keep the Huskies up by 1.
Substitution's going to come back in here for George Brown. It is Quentin Oliveira coming in, and Contrell Johnson's going to head to the bench. Malik Taylor-Williams' first free throw's up and good. Taylor Williams, a Scarborough native, another one of these fourth years on Centennial, an extremely veteran team. Taylor Williams' second free throw is off the mark. Rebound is controlled there. Libbard-Mullings brings it up the court. Being watched there by Sudani. They switch off. Libbard-Mullings still on the ball. Extremely good pressure here from the Colts, and Libbard-Mullings throws it away. Colts defense swarming there. Sudani looking to push end-to-end. He gives it up, and they're going to call a walk.
Now check out the hustle there from Libbard-Mullings, end to end, to catch up to that play. Ball didn't come to him, but if it would have, he would have been right there for it.
Never gave up on the play. An outstanding effort from Libbard-Mullings.
Looks like he's going to...
Naz Robert, the man to throw it in, as Libbard-Mullings is going to get a quick breather here. Huskies bring it across the time when they're going to call a foul. Jamar James, the man controlling the ball for George Brown.
That's a foul on Darius Talbot. A little bit of a push there, hand in the back. They're going to call that every time.
Centennial's in the bonus, so James is going to head to the free throw line. James shooting it at 76.5% this season, averages just over 15 minutes per game. His first free throw's up and good, as the Huskies retake a 1-point lead. James' second free throw, it rattles around and in. Sudani throws it into Buckley. Buckley wing watched there by Frey Woodbine. Buckley brings it across the timeline, gives it up. It's controlled there, they drop it off. Sudani looking to go to the net. Extremely good hands by Jamar James with the quick pickpocket. Jamar James across the timeline being watched there by Ricketts Ewan. James gives up his dribble, hands it off. It's control top of the key. Frey Woodbine thought about another one. Instead he gives it off. Awesome pass by but it's off the mark. And Sudani with a defensive line. Oh, and he goes up at the net, but he's called for the foul.
What a block, however, by Sudani. I thought that was a no-doubter, Chris, but he's had other plans.
A big-time collision at the net as Sudani threw it away, but went up and said, you're going to earn it at the line.
That was a couple of big men going up against each other, and he came out on top.
Naz Roberts standing at 6'4", Sudani standing at 6'6". A big-time collision at the net. First free throw is up and good. Naz Roberts' second free throw is up and good. Huskies take a 4-point lead. Tavon Buckley gives it up there. O'Neal Turton with the ball. O'Neal Turton puts his head down, trying to drive to the net. The Euro, and he finishes. Good looking finish there.
Great effort by Turton. Never giving up on that. A couple spins to get the ball up.
DeAndre nicely drops it off to Jamar James. James being watched there by Buckley. James with the ball, 12 to shoot. James puts his head down, tries to drive to the net. The floater is off the mark, but we're going to call a foul. These George Brown Huskies are getting to the free throw line, and they're clinging to a 2-point lead.
And another great effort by James there to get up to the paint. And he's going to draw a foul and head to the line.
They seem to have found a hole in this Centennial defense as we come down the last 5 minutes. They're earning trips to the free throw line, and they're getting into their offense.
Well, that's exactly what we thought they needed to do. Again, they were taking far too many shots from deep and missing them, right? They got to get in close, and even if they get the fouls, they're going to still go to the line. They're picking up points, and they've got a slim lead.
James extremely reliable at the line this season, shoots it at just under 77%. His first free throw is up and good.
He's a first-year student on this team at a Bill Carruthers Secondary School.
Averaging just over 7 points per game a night. James' second free throw is off the mark. Rebound controlled there. Buckley controls the ball there for Centennial, dictating the offense. He's watched there by Nicholas Thunderville. Buckley throws it inside. O'Neal Turton looking to put his head down the crossover. O'Neal Turton goes to the right hand. He's up with that, and he finishes.
And he is fired up about that one. Got the points and the foul.
O'Neal Turton earns himself a trip to the line to complete the three-point play. The Colts bench is loving it.
Perseverance to push through that one. You could feel the hands on him. He went for it anyways, and he gets the benefit of the doubt.
Some great contact balance in the air to fight through it and finish at the net. Good stuff. Turton looking to complete the three-point play. His free throw is up and good, and we are all nodded at 63. Jamar James controls the ball for the Huskies, bringing it up, being watched there by Turton. James left-handed dribble. Turton, good defense. James spin dribble. James had stolen it there. O'Neal Turton doing it all to finish his half. They fight for it. Tavon Buckley controls it. Buckley looking to go coast to coast, but it's blocked and out of bounds. O'Neal Turton completes a three-point play, partner, and some good active hands on defense.
Yeah, DeAndre nicely coming up with that block. It looked like Buckley was going up to take the lead here. 10 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Nicely getting some rare minutes here for the Huskies. He's going to check out. Cottrell Johnson's going to head back in for George Brown. Colts, we are all tied here as they're looking to cash in with just 10 seconds left in the third quarter. They swing it. Buckley in the corner is air ball off the mark. Controlled there by Quentin Oliver. Oliver turns it over. O'Neal Turton with the finish.
And that's a bad defensive play there. You got to make those passes harder. And as the quarter ends, you give up an extra couple of points.
Fourth quarter action is on the way with the Centennial Colts leading the George Brown Huskies 65-63. Partner, some thoughts on that third quarter?
Well, I mean, I thought George Brown came out really strong out of the gates. They were doing exactly what we talked about, getting into the paint, getting close to the bucket, even drawing the fouls. They were coming up with points. But they got to keep that going. They're still making some sloppy passes. They're still making them not quite crisp enough. That was a great example of that right at the last play of the game there. Last play of the quarter, rather.
The Colts clinging to a 2-point lead as they look to extend their winning streak over George Brown to 3 straight games. The Huskies looking to get back to 500 as they sit at 2-3 and 6th in the East. The fourth quarter is momentarily, and we will have it for you. Both teams are set for fourth quarter action. Tavon Buckley once again to throw it in for Centennial. He's joined alongside Tayshawn Crawford, Simon Ricketts-Ewan, O'Neal Turton, and Malik Taylor-Williams for the Colts. Simon Ricketts-Ewan the ball top of the key, gives it off Tavon Buckley. Buckley gives up his dribble. The spin shot is up and good. Buckley gave up his dribble, found himself open. It cashes that one.
I had the defenders fooled on that one. Thought he was going to go for the pass. Surprise, surprise, spin and shoot.
Liber Mullings gives it up to Control Johnson. Gives it up there, top of the key. Control Johnson gets it back. Give it up in the corner, 3-ball on the way, and it is good. A tough shot there from Liber Mullings, but a good looking stroke. Tavon Buckley, top of the key, gives it up. O'Neal Turton wants to try a three, and he's feeling it. Down the hatch it goes.
Trading threes back and forth for both teams to start this fourth quarter.
Liber Mullings across the timeline, gives it up to Control Johnson. Liber Mullings gets it back, left-handed dribble, flashes through the lane. Liber Mullings into the corner. We're going to finish at the net.
That's no foul on the call there, Chris. He thought he wanted one.
Looking to go up at the net. No foul called there. Tavon Buckley throws it cross court. Buckley gets the ball back. O'Neal Turton. Turton puts his head down, gives it back to Buckley. Some great defense there from the Huskies. Buckley right-handed dribble, puts it up at the net, and he finishes. Buckley with the three, and he's finishing at the net, doing it all for the Colts. Liber Mullings with the ball, left-handed dribble across the timeline. Liber Mullings being watched there. Gives it up to Raheem Roberts. Roberts gives up 3-ball on the way for the Huskies. Off the mark, but finishing at the net is Cottrell Johnson, Johnny, on the spot.
Johnson giving his teammate a little bit of help there. The three around the rim and out, but still go for the two.
They swing it over. Malik Taylor-Williams. Some good passing here from the Colts up at the net, and it is good. Simon Ricketts-Ewan, a good-looking finish there.
Ricketts-Ewan making sure his team stays on top. They got a 74-68 lead, 8 to go in the fourth.
Huskies controlling the ball top of the key. They swing it. Khalil Liber Mullings puts his head down, right-handed dribble, throws it out of bounds.
He thought he had a teammate over in the corner. You see he was looking for him, but there was nobody there.
Nazim Barry controlled the ball at the top of the key. He stands at 6'8", a large man playing for George Brown.
That's a stark contrast to the 5'11" that Liber Mullings comes in at. He's been all over the court, though. He's got incredible speed and incredible hands.
Liber Mullings certainly doing it all for George Brown tonight. Ricketts-Ewan controls the ball top of the key. He's watched there by Barry. Puts his head down, gives it up. Showing the ball top of the key. Spin dribble. Get the ball in the corner, and they're going to call a charge.
That's Williams with the charge. He's arguing with the referee. He doesn't agree with that call. The ref has made his decision. It's going to be in favor of George Brown.
Quentin Oliver taking the foul there for George Brown. A great defensive play. Liber Mullings across the timeline. Being watched there by Tayshawn Crawford. Crawford and Liber Mullings having a battle. Liber Mullings calls for a screen. Still maintaining his dribble, gives it up. Nazim Barry puts the ball on the deck. Barry driving to the net, and he's fouled. And they're going to call another offensive foul. So great defensive efforts here as Tayshawn Crawford takes the charge.
Crawford is fired up after that one. He thought he was getting the defensive foul for a second there. Ref made his call, and he is feeling it.
Centennial Colts clinging to a 6-point lead here, 74-68, 7:18 to go in the fourth quarter. O'Neal Turton, the man to throw it in for the Colts. Tavon Buckley controls it. Buckley being watched there by Liber Mullings. Ricketts-Ewan has the ball, gives up to Liber Mullings. O'Neal Turton, right-handed floater is off the mark. They fight for the rebound, and it's out of bounds, and it's going to go to Centennial.
Good contest at the rim there for that ball. Could have gone either way, but Centennial, the Huskies rather, they're going to come away with it.
Grab possession here. Substitutions into the game. Barry checks out for George Brown. Also checking out is Tyler Jean. Liber Mullings has the ball across the timeline. Liber Mullings being watched there, gives the ball up. Raheem Roberts controls the ball. Top of the key, Roberts puts his head down, right-handed dribble, coast to coast, and it's good. Good looking finish there from Raheem Roberts. Huskies cut the lead to 4.
No doubt about that one, getting it up over the defender's block for the easy layup.
Ricketts-Ewan controls the ball top of the keys. Watch there. Gives the ball up, shimmy shake. Tavon Buckley controls it. Right-handed dribble, 5 to shoot. Buckley looking to make a move. Buckley cross-handed dribble, left-handed scoop layup is off the mark. Buckley tried to go to the net there, couldn't finish with the left.
Trying to do it all by himself there, Chris. Teammates couldn't get open for him.
Raheem Roberts being watched there by O'Neal Turton. Good looking battle. And it's turned over. Tayshawn Crawford grabs it. Crawford over to O'Neal Turton. Turton pulls up with the jimmy and cash. O'Neal Turton having himself a fourth quarter.
Stepping back for the easy points there.
Khalid Libber-Mullings across the timeline being watched by Tayshawn Crawford. Libber-Mullings looking to cut into this 6-point lead. Still maintains his dribble. Tries to go to the right behind his back. Libber-Mullings flashes through the lane. Gives it up. Good looking pass from Libber-Mullings there, but Charles Johnson unable to finish. And we're going to get a stoppage here for a kick ball. Tayshawn Crawford unhappy with the referee partner. A good pass from Libber-Mullings there, and the Huskies just unable to finish at the net.
No, Libber-Mullings isn't happy either. He's having a conversation with one of the judges over in the corner. He thought he should have drawn a foul on that last play when he drove to the net.
Nas Robert, the man, to do the inbounding duties for the Huskies. He's joined by Raheem Roberts, Catrell Johnson, Khalid Libber-Mullings. Turnaround Jay is up off the mark. Colts control the rebound. Tayshawn Crawford across the timeline. Tayshawn Crawford right-handed dribble. He gives it up there to Kane Caesar. Crawford gets it back. Drive to the net, it's up. It's grabbed there by the Huskies. Huskies looking to bring the ball across the timeline and push here. Left-handed dribble up the net, it's off the mark, but they're going to call a foul as Nas Robert draws that one.
He worked hard for that one, Chris. Ran into a bit of a wall there, didn't quite get the points, but he's still going to head to the line.
Robert putting his head down and breaks in the contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. As Tavon Buckley's having a conversation with the official here right in front of us, unhappy about something.
He doesn't think he committed a foul he got called for. He's saying to the ref, I didn't even touch him, but ref's decision is final.
Second free throw is up and good. Ricketts Ewan gives the ball up. Kane Caesar brings the ball across the timeline. Caesar left-handed dribble, top of the key, gives the ball up to Crawford. Crawford being watched there closely by James. Crawford pulls up. It's off the mark. Fight for the rebound. Buckley controls it. Buckley goes up with the net, but it's off the mark, and the Huskies have it back. Buckley with a great defensive effort to save it, and Crawford goes up. Huskies both coming closer, unable to finish at the net.
Incredible effort to keep that ball in bounds, though, by Buckley there, almost saving that play.
James brings the ball across the timeline, looking to push, kicks it out for 3, off the mark. Soaring for the rebound is O'Neal Turton. He controls it. Centennial looking to push here, but Crawford loses it out of bounds, and he is unhappy with himself.
Excellent display of height there by Turton, the 6'4" forward out of Scarborough.
Soaring through the air to pick up the rebound. But the Colts are going to be unhappy about that one as they give an unforced error back.
Bit of a conversation going on here between the Centennial coach and the ref. They're not happy about something.
And Michael Jackman, the Centennial Colts coach, is not happy with the referee, and he's letting them have it. The ball is into Jamar James. James left-handed dribble gives it up to Catrell Johnson. James gets it back. Being watched there by Kane Caesar. James flashes through the lane, gives it up. Left-handed dribble, the spin. Gives it up to James. 3-ball on the way. It's off the mark. They fight for the rebound. Another shot is off the mark, and the Colts finally control it. Frey Woodbine thought he had that one, but a little strong.
Now it was a wide open 3, just a little bit off the mark. Really good attempt, though, by Frey Woodbine. And the Colts have called themselves a timeout. They hang on to a slim lead here, Chris.
We're going to head to the bench here. Midway through the fourth quarter, partner, what have you seen so far?
Well, I mean, I think George Brown has come out pretty fast, pretty hard. They're getting a lot of points. But it's that Centennial defense. I can't say enough good things about them, right? They're getting all the blocks that they need. They're getting the hands in the lane. It's the same stuff we've been saying all night. And when it really counts, they're the ones putting the buckets in and getting the extra points. They're not making as many mistakes as the Huskies, and that reflects on the scoreboard.
76-72, the Centennial Colts lead the George Brown Huskies. We are headed for an exciting finish in this one, ladies and gentlemen. A reminder, you can find these George Brown Huskies up next versus the Seneca Sting on November 12th. The Centennial Colts, they're back in action on November 12th too, when they take on the Georgia Grizzlies. A packed house here on a great Friday night from the St. James campus here in George Brown, downtown Toronto. Both teams have break their huddles and we are ready for play. Tayshawn Crawford is going to man the inbound duties for the Colts. Libbard Mullings back in for George Brown. Frey Woodbine remains in. Raheem Roberts remains in too. Crawford across the timeline. Crawford gives it up to Kane Caesar. Caesar being watched there closely by Nas Robert, gives the ball up. They swing it inside, spin move, up at the net, and he's fouled. Ricketts Ewan drawing the foul there, and it's going to go on.
It's Cottrell Johnson. Cottrell Johnson with the block there. Good defense by the Huskies, not letting the Colts anywhere near the bucket, but they will still get fouled. Colts will go for 2.
Every free throw suddenly becomes that more important as we head down the stretch. Ricketts Ewan at the line. His first is up, and it's good. Good looking free throw stroke there. Second free throw for Ricketts Ewan on the way. It's good. He gets them both. Colts extend their lead to 6.
Ricketts Ewan only shooting 53 from the line so far this year, but he's making a couple when it counts.
Tyler Jean checks back in for George Brown. Khalil Libbard Mulling across the timeline. Libbard Mulling, a right-handed dribble being watched there by Kane Caesar. Gives it up. Raheem Roberts. Roberts being watched there by Tavon Buckley. Gives it up to Frey Woodbine. Frey Woodbine looking to make a move. Gives it back up to Libbard Mullings. Good battle there with Kane Caesar. Libbard Mullings step back on the way. A top shot, but he nails it. Libbard Mullings keeping the Huskies in it.
Now, Colts defense wasn't giving him anybody to pass to there, so he stepped back, did it himself.
Kane Caesar being watched there by Libbard Mullings as the Huskies look to conceal the defense. And then tries to go for the jam, but he's fouled. Ricketts Ewan looking to slam that one down. He's denied, but he's going to head to the line.
That's a defensive foul there on Frey Woodbine of the Huskies.
Ricketts Ewan's first is good. Every free throw becomes that more important as we close it on 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Centennial leads George Brown 78-75. Ricketts Ewan's second on the way. It is good. Raheem Roberts has the ball, gives it up to Libbard Mullings. Libbard Mullings being watched there closely by Tavon Buckley. Libbard Mullings right-handed dribble trying to dictate the Huskies' offense. He's going to come ask for a screen from Tyler G, and they're going to call a foul down low. Raheem Roberts drawing the foul with the jawing on the block.
Oh, Libbard Mullins isn't happy about that one. He's having words with the referee again. He can't understand what just happened.
Libbard Mullins getting clarification there as they're going to ask Javon Frey Woodbine to man the inbound duties, and the George Brown Huskies are going to call a timeout.
Chris, 5 points separating these teams late in the fourth quarter. What a game, what a treat we've had tonight.
A back-and-forth affair all night long. You can see these teams know each other well, playing the OCAA East. Of course, George Brown won both these meetings last season as they look to extend their win streak over the Colts to 3 in a row. The Colts looking to win their 4th game in a row. It gets to 4-2, and man, that 5th place spot in the Eastern Conference. An exciting finish coming in this one.
Hotly contested. We said it off the top, but both teams with 3-game streaks. Like you mentioned, the Colts have just won 3. They'd love to make it 4 in a row, but George Brown really wants to get back to winning ways. They got a 3-game losing streak they'd love to snap, especially here on home court. There's a couple of minutes left in this game. We'll see what happens.
Head coach for the George Brown Huskies, Jason Dawkins, in his 6th year, drawing something up in that timeout.
Well, it's a huge bonus to have a veteran leader like that on your coaching staff, right? I mean, a 5-year coach for For Centennial, as well in Michael Jackman, both teams with lots of leadership experience.
Especially as we come down the stretch and every basket and every possession becomes that more important.
Well, that's really when it counts. You're right. You got to drop the right play, you make the right calls, and you hope it pays off.
Naz Robert to man the inbound duties for the Huskies. Robert gives it up top of the key. They swing the ball to Liver Mullings. Watched there by Kane Caesar. Gives it up to Frey Woodbine. Ball fake. Frey Woodbine wants a three, and he's fouled. Frey Woodbine is fouled. He's going to head to the line to shoot a three. Tyshawn Crawford is irate with the referee.
He is not happy about that. He thought he just got a finger on it and tipped the three ball out of the way, but they're still calling the foul on him.
Have to let the shooter land when he goes up. Very important safety hazard. Frey Woodbine tried a three there off the mark, but he's going to head to the line to shoot 3 free throws.
And Williams is still talking to the referees about it.
Frey Woodbine's first is up and good. Tavon Buckley is having a conversation with the referee. He is not happy. Frey Woodbine, his second free throw is up and good. Huskies cut it 80-77. Centennial leads. We are under 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Frey Woodbine looking to hit all 3 in a row. His final free throw is up and off the mark. It rattles out.
Around the rim and out. He's feeling that one.
Kane Caesar being watched there by Liver Mullings. Kane Caesar left-handed dribble across the timeline. They trap him. He gets the ball to O'Neal Turton. O'Neal Turton, the Huskies really starting to turn up the pressure here. Kane Caesar left-handed dribble, gives the ball up in the corner to Tavon Buckley. Buckley being watched there closely. He swings the ball across court. O'Neal Turton right-handed dribble, scoop, layup. Ooh, that silk from Turton there.
Turton found a lane there, and there was no stopping him.
Liver Mullings across the timeline being watched there by Kane Caesar. Frey Woodbine flashes through the lane. They're going to come set him a screen from Tyler Jean. Liver Mullings left-handed dribble swings it cross court. Frey Woodbine 3-ball on the way. It is good.
He's been hitting those all night. Draws
Frey
them to
Woodbine,
within 2.
Huge shot to cut the lead to 2 there. Loving it on the Huskies bench. We have reached 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Tavon Buckley swings it inside. Huskies watching it closely. Swings the ball outside. O'Neal Turton right-handed dribble. Turton cross court to swing it back. Tyshawn Crawford. Crawford cross court. A ball fake there. They swing it inside. Ricketts Ewan at the net. It's off the mark. And the Huskies are going to get the rebound as they look to tie in this possession. Jamar James looking to push. He swings the ball inside. Good pass. And we are tied at 82, folks. What a surge from the George Brown Huskies.
What a pass. What a finish to tie this game up. Minute and a half to go. 82 apiece.
Tyler Jean finishes at the net. We're going to get a stoppage here. Both coaches are not happy with the referee.
(82-81) correction. Still a nope, that scoreboard had it wrong. 82 apiece.
82-82. Kane Caesar. Huskies are going to go to a full court press here. Gets the ball to Tyshawn Crawford. Kane Caesar being watched there closely. Caesar left-handed dribble across the timeline. They're going to trap him here. Gives the ball up to Tavon Buckley. Tavon Buckley throws a cross court, a risky pass, and it's picked off.
Excellent defense there by the Huskies. Get that ball back.
Liver Mullings across the timeline, left-handed dribble being watched by Crawford. Fans are on their feet here. 1 minute to play.
What a finish they are in store for tonight, Chris.
Frey Woodbine has the ball. Frey Woodbine goes to his left. Thought about a step back, gives it up. Liver Mullings being watched there by Crawford. Liver Mullings right-handed dribble crosses, but excellent defense by Crawford. 1 to shoot. They throw it up. And it drops!
And he gets it! He gets
they are
the
going
three.
crazy on the Huskies.
George Brown bench has exploded. The fans have exploded. 85-82. 1 minute to go.
A miraculous shot from the Huskies as they take a 3-point lead. And the fans are going crazy.
The George Brown faithful are loving it here. And we got a timeout from Centennial.
They can't believe it on the sidelines as they have to be escorted back. A miraculous shot from the Huskies. And partner, you can't draw this up.
No, you can't. This is the stuff that they write about. It's the stuff you dream about. These young men are in it now. 1 minute to go. You can tell they're all fired up.
The shot clock was winding down. They hoisted up and they dropped, and this crowd erupted. What a turnaround by the George Brown Huskies as they are clinging to a 3-point lead with under a minute to go in the fourth quarter.
Now, they trailed from most of that fourth quarter. Off and on, leads have changed hands. They trailed a lot this game. but they are ready to go. They are fired up. They're drawing on these home court fans to try to take this game.
And I'm sure they'll be asking camera girl Katie Sampson for a replay of that one.
Absolutely, I would be. That was a great shot.
1 minute to play here in the fourth quarter. The George Brown Huskies clinging to a 3-point lead. Centennial holding on to the ball. Tyshawn Crawford to throw it in. He gets the ball into the Kane Caesar. Crawford gets the ball. Across the timeline, being watched there closely by Raheem Roberts. Centennial, every possession so important. Need to capitalize here. They throw it inside, looking to finish at the net. Good looking layup there. Simon Ricketts, you and the men to do it, and they trail by 85-84, the Huskies lead. Jamar James across the timeline gives the ball up. They're swinging the ball around nicely here on this possession, looking to get down there, and they're going to call an offensive foul.
Offensive foul. He didn't think that was an offensive foul, but the defense thinks it was. But
just when the Colts needed the stop, they get it. I believe that's Ricketts Ewan again having himself a night two, partner.
He's a little bit slow to get up. He's favoring what looks like a left leg there. He went down pretty hard, setting up that block, drawing the foul. I'm sure his teammates appreciate that, though.
Putting his body on the line, absolutely, as Michael Jackman has called a timeout as the Colts look to draw something up for this possession.
What a finish we are in store for, though, Chris. We've said it before. We'll say it again. 1 point separating these two teams with less than a minute to go.
The Colts look like they had this game won, folks. So what a comeback from the George Brown Huskies. They're clinging to a 1 point lead, and we are headed for a finish within this last minute.
That's that resiliency, that never give up mentality. They fought their way back, and we're in for a really exciting finish.
One of the games of the year so far in the OCAA men's basketball for sure. Both teams have broken their huddle, and we are ready for play. .5 seconds remaining in regulation. Possession is going to go to the Centennial Colts after they drew that charge. Tayshawn Crawford, the man to handle the inbound duties. He's going to be watched there by Naz Robert. Robert standing at 6'4" as they look to put some length on the ball and disrupt this inbound play. Robert looking there. Get the ball in. Tayshawn Crawford handing the ball. He's watched there at the top of the key. Crawford looking to shake loose. Crawford looking to go to the net. Crawford is fouled.
That's a lot of strong defense there by the Huskies, cheered on by their bench. They are still going to commit the foul.
Crawford was able to shake himself loose, get to the net, and he earns the harm. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Buckley there preaching to his teammates, telling them to slow it down a little bit, calm down. You see him breathing nice and slow. He doesn't want them making too many mistakes coming into the last 20 seconds.
His first free throw is up and good, and we are all tied at 85, folks. Crawford looking to give the Colts the lead. Crawford's free throw is up, and it's off the mark, but the Colts grab a very important rebound. They're going to control the ball and reset. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Tavon Buckley top of the key. Buckley left-handed dribble. Buckley looking to shake loose, gets a screen from O'Neal. Turton Buckley, pull-up jumper is short. Liber Mullings grabs the rebound. Shot clock is turned off. 15 seconds for George Brown, looking to win it in regulation. Raheem Roberts puts it up, and it is off the mark. 85-85, and what a game.
What a game, what a finish. We're going to get a little bit more basketball, and I think that's a treat that we have well earned tonight, Chris.
We are headed to overtime, folks, and after this contest, why not, partner?
Absolutely. This game just does not want to end. Neither team wants to give it up, and we will be right back with the extra frame.
Both teams are set for overtime here. 85-85, the George Brown Huskies and the Centennial Colts are tied up. We're going to play 5 extra minutes to determine a winner. Possession here is going to go to the Huskies. Javon Frey Woodbine to man the inbound duties.
Huskies fans getting fired up for the overtime frame, cheering on their home squad.
Khalil Liber Mullings ball at the top of the key. Watch there by Kane Caesar. Liber Mullings gives the ball to Frey Woodbine. Frey Woodbine ball fake. Frey Woodbine hands it inside Raheem Roberts. Roberts steps through, hits it off in the corner. 3-ball on the way. It's up and off the mark. They're going to grab for the rebound. Roberts grabs it. Roberts looking to go up strong. They fight for it at the net, back and forth. It's tipped out, and Frey Woodbine grabs it.
It's great offensive rebound control by the Huskies.
Fight for every rebound, so crucial in overtime. We're going to get a stoppage here. I believe they have called a foul on Centennial, as George Brown's going to have it side out. Frey Woodbine once again to man the inbound duties. Frey Woodbine, Tayshawn Crawford is turned around there for the Colts. They're not going to put a defender on the ball here, as we're going to get a stoppage to clean the court as well, ladies and gentlemen.
Huskies unable to get that ball to drop, but came up with 3 or 4 offensive rebounds to keep trying at the start of this overtime frame.
They work the ball inside Raheem Roberts. Roberts looking to go to work. Roberts with the right hand off the mark. Huskies once again grab the rebound. Frey Woodbine 3-ball on the way. It is well off the mark. An air ball there. It's grabbed by O'Neal Turton as the Colts look to settle it down. Tayshawn Crawford across the timeline gives the ball up in the corner. Spin move there by the Colts. They're going to work the ball up inside with the right hand. Ricketts Ewan gives the ball up in the corner. Tavon Buckley, it is off the mark.
Neither team knocking down any points yet in the first minute of this overtime
Charles
frame.
Johnson, left-handed dribble coast to coast with the right hand off the window and in as the Huskies take a 2-point lead. Tavon Buckley looking to answer for the Colts. Buckley left-handed dribble across the timeline, gives the ball up to Kane Caesar. Caesar watched there by Frey Woodbine. Buckley gets the ball back. Tenacious defense here from Khalil Liber Mullings. Ricketts Ewan watched there to get the ball into the corner. Tayshawn Crawford, a 3-ball's on the way, and it's good.
That was some great passing over there by the Colts offense to take the lead in overtime.
Liber Mullings being watched there by Kane Caesar. Liber Mullings across the timeline, left-handed dribble. The screen there. Gives the ball up. Control Johnson's going to try a 3, and he's way off the mark. It's controlled there by Tavon Buckley. Buckley across the timeline. Buckley gives the ball up. Sorry, that's Tayshawn Crawford, and it's O'Neal Turton finishing at the rim.
Centennial's going on a little bit of a run here.
Indeed they are. 3-point lead they're clinging to. Liber Mullings across the timeline being watched there. Liber Mullings coast to coast. And they're going to call it charge. Liber Mullings a little too aggressive on that one. A nice play by Crawford to draw that.
Yeah, Crawford set a strong block there. Liber Mullings drove right through him and to get the offensive foul.
Kane Caesar to man the inbound duties. He's watched there by Jamar James. Caesar gets the ball into Crawford. Crawford across the timeline. Crawford looking to go coast to coast. A nice swing in the corner. Tavon Buckley, a ball fake, a 3 on the way. It's off the mark. Fight for the rebound. Crawford comes up with it. And it's stolen. Jamar James coast to coast. The layup is up. And it's off the mark.
And he can't make it. That's an easy layup all by himself. Jamar James is hurting after that one.
Jamar James had the chance to pull the Huskies to within 1, and he could not capitalize. O'Neal Turton swings the ball across court. Tavon Buckley being watched there by James. Buckley throws it inside to Kane Caesar. Kane Caesar, tenacious defense by the Huskies, and they force a turnover. James looking to go coast to coast again. This time his layup is blocked.
Oh, he thought he had that one. He's calling for a foul, and he's not going to get it.
Tavon Buckley letting him know. O'Neal Turton. The ball up to Kane Caesar. A back and forth affair here as we reach 2 minutes to play in overtime. Tayshawn Crawford gives the ball. O'Neal Turton, top of the key. Turton, James playing tenacious defense. Crawford right-handed dribble. Crawford pulls up. The shot is no good. Rebound there to George Brown. They push the ball up. Jamar James, the man handling the ball, handling duties. Crawford watches him there. James spin move, loses the ball. They fight for it on the court. We're going to get a jump ball there. Possession arrow is going to go towards the Centennial Colts. As Michael Jackman for Centennial, the head coach, is not happy. letting his team know we are under 2 minutes to play here. They cling to a 3-point lead. Tavon Mars Buckley to handle the inbounding duties. Kane Caesar joins him in the backcourt.
Now, a bit of a conversation going on here by some of the Centennial players while we wait for the ball to get back into play. Looks like they are all ready and set to go.
Both head coaches letting the officials know tonight. Kane Caesar controls the ball, being watched by Liver Mullings. Kane Caesar gives it back up to Crawford. Caesar gets the ball up top of the key, being watched there closely by Liver Mullings. They toss the ball around at the top of the court, looking to get the ball inside.
And he lost his shoe.
He lost his shoe, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to go back to put that one on. Give it inside to O'Neal Turton. Turton looking to go to work. Get the ball up to Crawford. Crawford, 3-ball on the way. It's short. They fight for the rebound. It's tipped back up and in. Simon Ricketts soaring through the air to give the Huskies a
Well, that was incredible poise by Kane Caesar, losing his shoe, making a pass, getting it back on, and getting right back into play.
Ricketts gives the Colts a 5-point lead. It's controlled there. Nazim Berry. Berry, a good pass inside. The reverse layup. It could not be finished there by Naz Robert. O'Neal Turton controls the ball. Turton across the timeline. Turton still looking to get the ball over half. He does so successfully, gives up to Ricketts Ewan. Ricketts Ewan is fouled there by Frey Woodbine. We are under a minute to play, and the Colts are starting to smell it. They lead by 5.
Now Woodbine can't believe it. He's not sure what he did wrong, and he's letting the referee know. But he's going to be charged with that foul, and he's going to send his opponent to the line for 2.
We are in the bonus here. As Ricketts Ewan is just going to shoot 2 very important free throws. The first he does successfully. Ricketts Ewan looking to extend the lead to 7. His free throw is off the mark. Fight for the rebound. It's controlled by Liver Mullings. The Huskies need to go here. Liver Mullings gives it up to Frey Woodbine. Frey Woodbine takes it to the rack. Frey Woodbine is up and good.
Huskies aren't going away without a fight in this one.
They press successfully. O'Neal Turton. Turton brings the ball up over the timeline. To look to trap him. Turton. And it's jammed home.
Absolutely no doubt about that from Buckley.
Buckley letting the Huskies know as he extends the Colts lead to 6. Frey Woodbine's 3 is way off the mark. It's out of bounds. He's looking at the officials, looking for a call. Does not get one. Colts pulling into a 6-point lead. We have 22 seconds to play it here in overtime. Naz Robert to man the inbound duties. Huskies need to get some quick offense here. Barry's going to try a 3. Barry's 3 is good, and he cuts the lead in half.
Nothing but net, down by 3.
Good looking shot there. Colts get it in. They need to get the ball over half. Kane Caesar being trapped there. The Huskies have him trapped. He does get it in. They give the ball up. Mars Buckley finishes it at the net. We are under 8 seconds to play.
As a double man pressure up front by the Huskies, but they got past and there were no defenders back.
Going to try a step back 3. Khalil Liver Mullings is blocked. And the Centennial Colts are going to come into St. James and take one from the George Brown Huskies. And
Buckley is fired up. He blocked that last pass. He is fired up. His teammates are fired up. They pick up their 4th win in a row, Chris.
The final here from the George Brown St. James campus. The Centennial Colts defeat the Huskies 97-92. And partner, what a game.
Absolutely. That was incredible. Start to finish, lead changed hands. I don't know how many times, but in the end it came down to the Centennial Colts taking it.
The Colts snapped their 2-game losing skid against the Huskies and advanced to 3-3 on the season. George Brown falls to 2-4. A reminder, folks, you can find George Brown up next versus Seneca Sting on November 12th. You can find these Centennial Colts up next on November 12th, too, against the Georgia Grizzlies. Partner, some final thoughts on the match.
Well, I thought George Brown came out in that overtime kind of the same way that they started the first quarter. They were trying to make too many long threes. They were missing them. I mean, Jamar James had a couple of great layup chances. The second one got blocked. The first one he just missed. That kind of really shot them in the foot. And then the Colts, they didn't make as many mistakes. They kept things slow, right? Buckley was calming down his teammates, keeping them calm, keeping them slow, and it paid off for them in the end.
That's going to do it for us. We want to thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, and have a good night.